Anyway, this is a kind of explanation on research, and specifically research in education, educational research. I'm starting from what you expect us to do or to be able to do as a researcher, or as someone who is versed in educational research. You should be able to describe with examples research designs we have under educational research. Then you should be able to plan, design, and carry out an acceptable educational research. Then you should be able to classify research designs based on types. So, and we have some books that can be of help. To an educational researcher, and here are some of them. Some of the books. Research in the first of them is Research in Education, 2017, by Hale Ayeni et al. Then we have Understanding What Analysis Says, by Haye Salami. Then we have Introduction to Research in Education, by Donald Harry, probably in collaboration with some other people. So then we have Foundations of Behavioral Research, by Kellinger, FN, and Lee, HB. We also have How to Design and Evaluate Research in Education, by Frankel Jr. and Wallen Henry. Now, it will be nice to actually go through some things in this work, like a survey of research findings in early childhood education. Then, take notes of something. As a researcher, you should be familiar with contemporary issues in your area, in your field of research, or in your academic field. Then you should be able to plan and design research models in your field. I mentioned early childhood education the other time, if I'm not missing it. So let's apply it to your field now. So you should be able to plan and design research models in your field, and then we move on. Now looking at it, we have a research report containing different chapters, and take note of this, that it's quite important to follow the rules, or let's say guideline you're supposed to follow in research, so to avoid errors, to avoid wrong end results and all that. So let's try to stick to the rules. Now let's see the next thing. Good. So let's see the next thing. How do we, as a researcher, how can you get information? So that leads us to sources of research topic. Sources of research topic. You can get topics from different sources. One of them is personal experience or observations. Personal observations. Then the second one is from research findings or reports. Reports from the research from the recent research findings in your field. Then remember that to get. So I move on. Now talking about recent research findings or reports. Where can we get those findings from? Take note that we can get one of the sources of getting recent research findings is on internet. So through using online journals, association websites, through search engine. We have Google Scholar, can be of help. Then we can also get recent research findings or reports by using local seminars, workshops, dissertations, and theses. Then let's move on to the point 3 there. Print journals related to your field can also help in getting research topics. Then recent letter of let's just say you can get research topics also by attending conferences related to your field, and that's academic field. Then you can also get research topics from newsletter related to your academic field. Then you can get research topics from textbooks and from authority. So this one is very important. After getting your topic, what do you have to do? After getting your topic approved, what do you have to do? After being confident of your topic, after being very sure of your topic that this topic is researchable, it's a good topic, it's free of error. What is the next step, or what are the next steps? So what do? The first thing is to actually get a kind of outline. Try to get an outline that can guide you in writing background to the study, an outline that can help you in writing the background to the study. Remember when we get to chapter 1, when I'm discussing on how to write your chapter 1, what your chapter 1 should contain. I'll talk about background to the problem, and which is the first part in chapter 1. And the background to the problem may occupy up to, let's say, 11 pages, around that. So how do you generate the content to use for your background to the study or to the problem? So how do you generate that? How do you write it such that you don't get stranded on the way. You don't get to a point that you feel like, oh, what else am I going to write? So to avoid that pitfall of getting stranded, then please get an outline that will guide you on what you will write on each of the paragraphs. An outline that will guide you on what each paragraph should contain. Now, that's the outline. Now, if you're writing on a topic like, let me give you an example. If you're writing on a topic like, let's say, the impact of, let's say, economic hardship on the social impact of economic hardship on let's say, on the secondary school teachers in let's say in Lagos State, in Lagos State. So in that case, you just have to generate a line of thoughts that will help you explain the variables in your topic. Now, concerning the topic I gave, it has economic hardship, and it has to deal with the influence or impact of economic hardship on the social impact of economic hardship on the teachers, on the secondary school teachers in Lagos. So in that case, you trying to see the impact of economic hardship on the social life of the teachers. So the background to the problem should actually describe or explain economic hardship, what economic hardship is or what it means, and also related to the Nigerian situation, Nigeria where we are, and the background to the problem should also describe what the social life of the teachers entails. Yes, what constitutes the social life of the teachers. Now, in your background to the problem, you explain all those points or concepts. Then you should also endeavor to connect it to Lagos State, to Nigeria, because your research is focusing, or title is focusing on Lagos, and Lagos is here in Nigeria. So now you generate an outline, get an outline that you try to list your items on the outline, like, okay, maybe number one, what is the meaning of what does a social life of the teachers entail? What does it entail? Yes, what are the aspects covered by the social life of the teachers? Does it cover their finance? Does it cover their income? Does it cover their relationships with other people, with the students they're teaching, with the fellow teachers, and with the management of the schools where they're working? So just we can make the first item, under your line of thought, then under your outline, so look like that. Okay, what does the social life of the teachers entail? What does it entail? Then you can bring it down to the next item under the outline. You can make the next item to be discussion. Don't forget, all these items should connect with one another. So the number two item can be, the discussion on the social life of teachers in Nigeria generally. Then you can then move on to number three item, which will discuss or you can make it discussion on the social life of teachers in Lagos State. You break it down. Then after that, you can make your number four to be discussion. Let's now move to economic hardship. So number three, right, can be number four can be discussion on the meaning. Yes, let's say the meaning of economic hardship. Meaning of economic hardship. Then there you can also cite. You can make some citations. You can make reference to some scholars who have worked on economic hardship. Yes, and who actually will have something to say about the definition, the meaning of or description of economic hardship. Then moving to number five, you can then use that to you can make a discussion on possible causes of economic hardship. Then the next one, you can make it a discussion on economic hardship, several previous economic hardships previous economic hardships in Nigeria. Then you can then narrow it down to economic hardship in Lagos State. You understand? Previous economic hardship in Lagos State, or how the previous economic hardships in Nigeria had influenced or affected Lagos State. So after that, you can now move to you can then try to build the points, the items you stated under the outline. You now start to build them in order to form your line or to form your background to the problem. So by the time you're picking the item one after the other to write extensively on them, you will find out that you will not be stranded, because you have a guide. You have what will guide you in writing extensively. Yeah. So that's that. I move on to okay. Now let's move on to writing. Let me just make mention of this. Okay, let me move on. For the chapter 1, your chapter 1 will contain 7 items. Let's say 7. Don't forget, your chapter 1 is the introduction, so it contains 7 items, or let's say 7 subheadings. Don't forget, this depends on the field in which you're carrying out the research. This one is on educational research. So depending on the field in which you're carrying out the research, and it depends also on the institution. If you're supposed to be a student, depends on the institution. Your institution's requirements, which probably will be slightly different from what we have here. So on that introduction, which is the chapter 1, or is found in chapter 1. So under introduction, you start with background to the problem. So that will answer the question, why the study. So when you're handing the background to the problem, try to explain, try to make your last statement or last paragraph address why you are actually studying doing the research. Then now, the second point is the statements of the problem. Statements of the problem. Then the next one is research question. Then we move on to hypothesis, scope of the study, significance of the study, then operational definition of terms, operational definition of terms. Now, for the statement of the problem, let's have okay, let me hold on here, then I'll continue later. Thank you.